You on the side. It's Ian Spinks. Hi there. Okay.
Right. Welcome. Here we are. All
Hi,
right.
guys.
Gosh,
Well, Ian's there already. Hi, Ian.
tell you what, it's been a while on the technology. I've had to refresh my memory. I had to do everything.
It's for both of us. We're newbies again, so we've got to get used to doing it.
It is. It's very true. So anyway, it's come a long way. We can do all kinds of new fangled things. I think it's been like a year since we've done this, I think, Jeremy.
It is at least a year. So Nicole's there as well. That's cool.
Hi, Nicole. Hi, Ian. Yep, this is great. So we can see everybody's comments. We'll just give everybody a little bit of time. I've got the Nordic theme going on. It's snowing in my world, but it just felt like it. I don't know.
It's boiling hot where I am. Okay. Kels, how do I stop my Telegrams notifications popping up on my main screen?
You would have to close your Telegram altogether. So just a moment, folks. Go to your icon in your tray bar at the very bottom, and if you left or right click it, you should be able to close the app, close the window, or quit Telegram altogether. But just so you know, we don't see those. You see them, but we don't see them.
Okay, cool.
Lindsay, nice to see you. Lulu, it's been a long time. I hope you're well.
Hello, guys. I'm going to scroll this down.
Did you get that figured out, Jeremy?
That way. No, I've abandoned it.
Okay.
I was clicking my button and nothing was happening.
It's all right. Rob's here with us. Angela's here. Yay! Ah, this is awesome. It's great. So many.
There's loads of people.
Loads of people. That's great. It's been a long time.
I've got my special QR shirt on. So Kelly designed this with the flag, and in the middle there's a QR code that takes you to Live Brave, the 16th verse of the Havamal.
Well, you should talk a little bit about that, because how that came to be was, if you go to our website, it's thenortherngateway.org. If you go to Odin Speaks, there's a tab that says Odin Speaks, and you should speak about how that came to be, and even the sigil that Odin Speaks is.
Yeah, so Odin Speaks came to me. It was just like, we've got to find a way to get the wisdom of Odin over in the modern world. It's too much especially for the Generation Zs to take in a look at the Havamal. So we have to speak in the language of this time. And this one is Havamal 16, which is the original stanza is, you can run from swords and arrows and hide in a hole your whole life, but death will find you one day. So in modern terms, I've just put Live Brave. And there's several that we're doing. But the idea is it's on the back as well, and somebody can just QR the code, and it just takes them to me saying the full stanza, but it will just say Live Brave. It's to spread the word, let Odin speak in our time. That's the ethos behind it.
Absolutely. And what's really cool about it, though, too, is that there are shirts. We've created the shirts that people can order if it rings true to you. But I do want to show that the symbol. Just a second, guys. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to complicate my life right now. Anyway, go to Odin, the Northern Gateway, Odin Speaks, thenortherngateway.org / Odin Speaks, because Jeremy created this drawing of the sigil of the raven that has the tail feathers as the Awen symbol, and then the eyes are like the O and the S for Odin Speaks. So it's just a very powerful powerful sigil, and it's a meaningful thing. Everything that we do within the Northern Gateway has a message or a rhyme or a reason behind it. So it just is really awesome. Thanks for doing that, Jeremy.
We got a question from Ian. He said, just a random thing, but he's been coming across people with rune tattoos unexpectedly. You know, and it is, the ancestors are talking to us. You see more and more people with runic tattoos, and it's just, he wants to speak with us. Our ancestors want to be here with it this time, because this time is when we need their advice. We need their guidance. We need their grounding, because we're all over the place at the moment. And that's another reason we're doing this session, so I can just let Odin speak through the runes to guide you in your lives if you need guidance. So I hope a few of you have got runic questions. Hello, Jen. Lovely to see you.
Hi, Jen. I know. Love to the family. Yep.
Well,
yeah, no, it's been
Northern Gateway merch. Didn't think about that.
Well, and it's coming. We keep on adding things, and I'll be sending out a newsletter here soon. It's like even Rob said, it's been way too long. So for even communication from us, but I think I think everybody's just navigating the world's threads in whatever way that is. And you and I kind of went kind of dormant. I mean, I don't do social media at all. And I know you do. You've got a big following on TikTok, and it continues to grow over there. So if anybody's on TikTok, you should search Jeremy under Odin and Avalon. He does wisdom walks over there, which are really gaining some momentum too.
Yeah, the wisdom walks are me just talking my blurb while I'm on the land, basically. Whether it's wise is down to interpretation, but I try and share a bit of wisdom of the ancestors of the land while I'm out and about in nature, and hope it's guidance to the people of this time. And it was interesting what it came about on TikTok. So I've tried to do TikTok. It drives me mad if I'm on TikTok for a long time. My head goes, but I actually reaching out to people, it's where people go. And you look at what's the niche in the market, and the biggest niche is people needing guidance in this time, you know, because they're all lost, they're not grounded, and they need somebody to say something and help us back on our path.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lindsay, I will be walking around Glastonbury very soon. In about 4 weeks' time, I move into my van, which will be completely based in Glastonbury, so I'll be there all the time. One of the locals once more, and I miss that myself, just interacting with the people in Glastonbury.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great to have you on the land.
So should we do a question, go straight into the runes?
Do you want to go ahead? Nicole's going to be our first one. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and open the doorway. And
so anyone who's here, I want you to close your eyes, listen to the sound of my voice, and imagine the doorways opening between you and the runic energies. Manas, manas, manas. Me, ma, mu, mo, me. Manas, manas, manas. Am, im, om, em. Manas, manas, manas. Okay, Nicole's question was, hey, Debbie's there as well. Nice to see you, Debbie. Thomas, Lindsay, Ian, Nicole, awesome. Jen, Lulu, everybody's there. It's nice. I am
and this is great. Say again, please.
I'm just reading Nicole's question.
Yeah, you've got it. So, and I'm happy to start. As the questions start flowing in, I can read them out to you. And I can also bring them up.
So what I need, if you read them out to me, that's great. What I need is Nicole's numbers, between 3 numbers, yes. Between 1 and 24.
Exactly. And we're excited because now we're sharing a whiteboard, so Jeremy will be able to write them down for whatever he feels he needs to share, which will be awesome. So we'll wait for her numbers to pop up, and then we'll cast the runes. So just for those that do want to submit a question, when you submit your question, you need to choose 3 numbers between the number of 1 and 24 along with your question. So, all right. So her numbers are 12, 18, and 6, Jeremy?
12, 18, and 6. And I'll decide what to throw them. And it's about what should she be teaching, is it?
Yes, it's about She's guided to be teaching in her work. What do I need to teach for the highest good and service for all?
Okay, cool. So I have to say exactly what I see. Can you see this being drawn, Kels?
Yep, absolutely. And there's a number of runic students in the thread, obviously, so they'll be able to create their own interpretations, but Jeremy will go ahead and give a deeper meaning as well.
I'm trying to work out why that's not working. There we go. Now, for some, if we speak about in this, let me get rid of that little one there. If we speak about these 3 runes in the actual world where we are, these are harsh. Hagelaz blocked. It's a time of imprisonment. We're not going anywhere. Bad times are coming. Isa blocked. Wunjo upside down means failure. But if we're asking a question, what am I to teach? Wunjo upside down is who I was before, who I was in another time. You're to teach how people deal with adversity, with trauma, with the bad times in life, and how we discover and find our identity through going through those pains and those trials and tribulations. So don't see that as a negative reading, because you asked the question, what am I to teach? Well, you're to teach people how to deal with stagnation, imprisonment, hard times, disaster, and how to claim an identity through it. So I hope that helps, Nicole. And if you're going forward and you want to do that and understand, work with Wunjo. Claim that for yourself.
Awesome.
I'm just skip back.
All right. Next question would be from Deborah, and I'll show it here. Is it a good time to move? 3, 10, and 19.
I'm just trying to rub this out. Oh, okay. What's going on there? Pen.
There we go.
3, 10, and 19.
Yes.
I'll put them back out. Well, I might just stay on this page for a while, okay? I was not going back to the room, and you can just shout the questions out for me.
Yep. That's great because we can see you fine.
10 and 19. Is this a good time to move? Once again, these are all in the blocked positions. Is this a good time to move? I would say no. It's not right. There's a block between you and the gods. Fresh starts and new beginnings will be halted, and progress would be backwards. So if you're asking the question, which for a good time to move, we probably should have just picked one rune, but that would have been the Thoraz one, and that's where it's come. I would say no. But also there's a question in here. Are you thinking of moving back to somewhere you've been before, or are you thinking of moving forward? So if Debbie can answer that.
Okay, let's see. Just
one more number.
all right. I'm just watching to see if she's popping in here. Not yet. Why don't you leave her reading there for this? Oh, wait, let's see. No, that's Sophie. Hello, Sophie. I don't see her in here yet, Jeremy.
Okay. Well, if she's asking, is this a good time to move? No, no progress. Stay where you are and let the gods, when the gods. Yeah.
She says never lived there, but it'll be close to family.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the moving back to where you've been before, but now's not the right time. Just stay where you are. You'll know this is in this Berkana like that is nothing it's not a birth, it's not death, it's just be still, wait for things to change. Probably after the election, I would say. Because Berkana takes us up to that sort of time of year. Both Awaz and Berkana are taking us in to the Yule time of the year. But definitely after Mabon, which is the autumn equinox. Okay, next question.
All right. Yep. So we have from Jeremy. She's starting a nonprofit with someone. What does she need to know? Her numbers are 3, 16, and 18.
3, 16, and 18.
Mhm.
She's starting a business.
A nonprofit with someone.
Okay, cool. So what does she need to know? And then, what is going on with these rooms? It's crazy.
Is everything sideways? I threw this morning for myself and everything was blocked.
Well, even the Gibo was sideways, but it makes no difference to the room because it's a non-reversible one. So, yeah, this is, you make the oaths, you make the promises. You won't see any joy in it straight away, but it is coming. The sun is hidden. The clouds have come over, so you can't see the joy in it. But this will bring success and a new identity and a happy identity for you. So this is good. Just don't expect it to be straight away. Give it a birthing period for it to take hold.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
All right. That's Jeremy. All right. So on to Ian. Ian's question is, he would like some guidance on what he should be doing now. The numbers are 3, 6, and 9.
3, 6, and 9. I'm just gonna. What should you be doing now? 3, 6,
9. Shook his head.
Yeah. This is ones where the rooms are trying to speak to us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not liking this pen, so I've got a bit of a delay on it. What's going on there? There we go. So what should we be doing now? Protecting yourself from things from the past, because this is coming under attack, and this is definitely something from the past, ex-partners. You should be teaching or healing, but this actually, I'm going to change the color and write this in here because this says THEM, them. And the other way around, which is also the came with the room, it says meth. So what should you be doing now? Should be doing meth. Who knows? From the past, you should be avoiding. Follow your teaching and healing path, but you need to be protected from partners and teamwork from the past. And when we have AWAS, it's not necessarily this realm, it's other realm, it could be ancestors, but you need to put a barrier between them and what you're doing now, especially if you're on a spiritual path. Think of the way you protect yourself from them. And I don't know if you, Ian, you want to be working with probably algaes and maybe a thuraz on it as well. So you've got the protection there of algaes and you've got Sawallo, but you've also got a now these to help you let go of the past. All right, bless you, brother. I hope that helps.
All right. Next question is from Susan.
Yep.
During this potent gateway of the Lion's Gateway, what does she need to focus on?
Oh, yeah, it's a Lion's Gate in about a week's time.
That's 8/8, yes. 9, 16, and 21.
What are you going to do? 8, 16, and 24. There we go. 9,
9, 16, 21.
And 21. You should be moving forward on your journey to balance, Susan. And actually, when that manas is blocked like this, it's a time for you to heal yourself. Don't do healing on others. Block that energy and focus on getting your life back in balance. And the seeds you plant now will bring to fruition. That's what you want to focus on during the Lion's Gate. The path forward, planting the seeds for the future, and just thinking about you. All right, bless you, sister.
All right. To Sophie we go. She wants to ask the runes, what direction should she take on her shamanic path? What work should she be doing? And her numbers are 4, 9, and 1.
4, 1, and 9. Okay, so I'm going to delete these first. On your shamanic path. So once again, this is different. These are runes in a negative position, but they're not meaning it because we've asked the question, what do they want you to do on your shamanic path? Your power lies in who you were in the past. You have to get past the conflict in the ancestral line. And there's a lot of bad luck that you don't want to face, but the cauldron is tipping over and showing you back this way. Whoever you were in the past as a shaman or as a medicine woman, it is where your power lies. And that says POW. Now that could mean power, it could be prisoner of war, it can mean lots of things, but that's what it's telling me. So there's a shaman you need to journey to in the past. And Sophie is one of my current shamanic students. There is a journey we will do to connect to an aspect of this later in the course, but that will be your path on your shamanic journey. Whoever you discover at that point, that is the power or the source of your power where it belongs. But it does have some bad luck and some not unsavory energy around it that needs to be sorted out because it caused a conflict in the family or the tribe. Okay. Next one.
All right. Wishing everyone the best that's asking questions and everything here. So we have a comment, just a person that's joining us, Black Silver 47. I'd love to know the details behind your handle, by the way. But just saying that this is interesting and loving the work. So welcome to the thread, if you will. All right. Thomas Casey has a question.
Hi, Thomas.
All right. What clarity, pardon me, should I seek as I embark on a shamanic journey? The numbers are 7, 13, and 21.
Once again, all blocked runes. But if we're asking about a shamanic journey, they mean something different. So if we're asking the runes, luck is up in the air. There's a price to pay from the past and you've lost focus. But if we're talking about a shamanic journey, you must travel to the dark elves. Why is it not working? Work. Cool. Okay, I'll go back to blue. These are the dark elves, or Svar Alfheim. This is a cauldron. And this is a girl or a woman laying down beside the cauldron. So you must go on a journey to a place where the orcs or the dwarves live, and working by a cauldron, you will find the answers of what you're supposed to be doing on your shamanic path. I suppose if anyone's read my book, Raising the Runes, but a merch publishing there, this is very similar to my very first chapter in the book. But don't read the first chapter of my book until you've gone on this journey yourself. You'll find your shamanic answers within the cauldron, and you'll find what price you have to pay as well. But it does dwell in the shadows and the dark aspects of all things, which just because it's dark doesn't mean to say it's bad, but it's where all the mysteries lay. So there's a mystery for you to find within the cauldron. Bless you, brother.
Awesome. So right now we don't have any other readings, but would you, or requests I should say, would you give us just a general overview of the landscape, if you will, that we're all in? Because we're all in, we're all going through the shifting sands.
I'll ask the gods. What I normally do is I ask the gods, what's the best way for us to deal with the times we're living in? So I'll ask Odin and Freya, give us guidance for the world situation at the present moment, and maybe for the next 3 months ahead. Gibarata. Or guidance for the 3 months ahead of bad luck, and don't take any risks.
Yep.
Just be still.
Yep.
Don't go forward, go backwards. Your journey takes you back to where you've been before. That's true, especially true for me, because I'm going back to Glastonbury. And conserve your energy. You're not sick, but you're not well. Keep your energy in reserve. And once again, the runes are trying to speak to us. And I actually believe this is what they're saying this time. Okay, why is that pen not working? There we go. Prudence. Who are you? It's like they can only tell me 3 words, but I think that's what we do in the current time. This is a time of bad luck, and nobody knows what's happening. Everything is up in the world. Go to your place in the past, wherever you're meant to be, and take time to rest there.
Yeah.
Don't
just like reserve your strength, right?
Yeah. You know, and it's interesting. Susan asked that. It said, just rest, just heal. You know, or not rest and heal, rest and preserve.
Yeah.
Go into a limbo state between the worlds.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for that. I think we can all benefit from that message. So I have a message now from Lulu.
Yep.
A request. Clarity with staying focused.
Okay.
3, 8, and 13.
Clarity of staying focused. First of all, let go of things you don't need. Speak up when you want something done. And you're standing at the crossroads. There's 3 directions to you to pick. Whichever one you pick, you must be committed and to that path. And don't go, oh, I wish I'd gone the other way. No, you're committing to this. This is the crux of your problem. As a, just say, this is it. This is me. This is who I am for now. And I won't be distracted by anything else. And you have to keep going over yourself and over yourself again and again. This actually says N-A-G, nag. Keep reminding yourself every day. This is for you to speak up, to find your voice. But it also, this is the old word for horses as well. Allow the horse to journey with you, to show you the way. And this N-A-G may mean something else for you. I don't know, but it's telling me that. Is it a name? Is it a place? Is it a name of a god? I don't know. And also, never just see it one way, see it in reverse as well. Gan. Don't know what that means. What's it trying to tell us? But to keep your focus, let go of the things you don't need. Speak up when it doesn't feel right, and commit to one main path only. Okay, bless you, Lulu.
Great. Lindsay, before I get to your question, Thomas posted that Angela has a question. Angela, I am not seeing your comment in the thread for some reason. So either if somebody can repost for Angela, or Angela, if you can try it again, it's not showing up. I don't know why that is. So repost. And in the meantime, Lindsay, we're going to pop over to you. Lindsay Watson has a question, and it is that she's guided to teach. What should I teach to help others the most? The number is 3, 9, and 11.
So once again, what these runes look like in the reversed order, when we're asking about a direction, means something completely different. So what you should, this is the partnership. So what you should teach is how people can connect with their ancestral partners. That partner from long ago that will help them on the path and help them become the teacher and heal mankind. So it's ancestral work you've got to do, and you've got to show people how to connect with their ancestors, whether it's through the runes, whether it's mediumship, but that's your path going ahead. You know, and if you're going to do that, then you need to work with Ansus. Allow the voice of the ancestors to speak through you. All right, bless you, Stacey. Oh, sorry, Lindsay.
Yep. Thanks, Lindsay. All right. Thank you for Nicole and Thomas for helping. Angela, we've got your questions. Angela's question is, what does Odin most want me to know at this time? 5, 7, and 22.
Right. 5, 7, 22. So, Angela, you know the runes. You're one of my shamanic students. What does Odin want you to do? This Sewello is the Christ light. Dagaz is the angelic light. And Bacana is the laying down mother. So, what does he want you to do? To work in the light, to use angelic energy, probably for your mother. I want to question, how is your mother at the moment? I know Angela quite well, so there's something around this. This is what Odin wants her to do. But also, these are two worlds. You know, this is Muspelheim and this is Los Alpine. So there's work for her to do both in the world of fire and the dragons and also in the world of the light elves and the angelic beings. But these are both aspects of the sun as well. This is not only the mother, but the healing of the divine feminine that needs to be worked with and bringing them back to the light. But these are beautiful runes. And definitely ask Angela to ask me a question how her mother is.
Okay, Nicole, can you help me if you're still on? Because Angela, interestingly enough, your threads are not popping in. So that's interesting in and of itself. So let's see if somebody can help get that message to us. That would be great. All right. Let's see if that comes through. In the meantime, as we're waiting for Angela to give us some additional information, what should we share? I mean, you've got a runic study course that's going to be following in the fall or starting in the end of September.
So I've got a runic study course starting on the 21st of September, which is Mabon. And I need all your help to get me some students for it. Because other than that, I've got to get a real job. And then we don't want to do that. We want to stay on the spiritual path and work with the gods. So it's time for not only for me to speak, for those who listen to the word of Odin, spread the word as well. So we can get more people working with the runes and connecting with the ancestors and the land and get our paths back in balance. And I do enjoy I love teaching people runes. No, I love teaching the people the runes. It's one of my favorite classes, the 6 classes of teaching the runes.
Absolutely. And I think that now is the time again. It's almost reminiscent of the 2019 era that we need to lean back into messages from our ancestors and the messages from the lands to carry us through this next cycle that we're going to be going through. And that'll be very, very highly utilized for all of us, especially those that are unfamiliar with the runic study. It's a very powerful runic divination tool to lean into to carry us through trying times. So,
Kels, I've just said, I'll answer a question for Rob. I've got a question from Rob here as well.
That one it's not showing up on my thread. So you've got it. Well, first of all, let me complete Angela really quick.
Okay.
Angela per Nicole says her mom is well at the moment. So thank you. All right. You've got Rob's question.
Yeah, Rob's got a question for the runes. Numbers 4, 11, 15. Is it time to step back to the healing side of myself? So we'll ask. I'll just go back into there. Got to remember what the runes were now. 4, 11, and 15.
4, 11, and 15. I just found it. Sorry about that, Rob.
This ancestral work is coming up for everybody. It's just... So, brother, you've got to go back and deal with the ancestors and let go, help cut the ties of the blocked emotions. When I don't even mean all the way back. This could be recent as well, but there's a blocked in the family line of being able to speak, being able to release emotions. And I'm of a certain age where my parents were the silent generation. They never spoke about emotions, but once they've passed over, they need that releasing so they can move on. Hope it makes sense to you, brother.
All right. We don't have any other questions at this time. Do you feel like you want to keep the doorway open any longer, or do you want to just chat about
just for a little?
Okay. So the other things that we have, you should tell them about your fairy tale class for those that are in your neighborhood.
Yeah, so I'm going to start doing walks called fairy tales, and it's going to be walking around Glastonbury and telling the stories of the fairies, and not so much about going on about the other worlds, but purely for the Vanir, the greening, the trees, the forest, the land, the goddess Freya. And hopefully I get some kids on there that I can tell the story. I love telling stories, and all the magic is hidden in the stories. And I just want to be able to share that with them. So I'll be doing that on the land, also for Airbnb and places like that, on a Friday evening, which is before when people get to Glastonbury. It sort of preps them for assimilating into that fairy magic that exists there. I'm really looking forward to getting back into being around that all the time and reclaiming my place as guardian. I mean, I'm there about 3 times a week now as it is, but to actually be on the land doing my own medicine is really important to me.
That is very important for sure. And I see that there's another question that's not showing up in my thread. Both Casey or Thomas and Nicole brought it up to me. So the question is from Rowan. I have a question for the runes. We're planning a move back to the mountains of North Carolina. What information should we be considering as we make our move and decision? 29 and 14. So good to see you, Rowan.
29 years. Lovely to hear from you. 29 and 14. You're planning to move back to the mountains, and this is what the runes are going to say. And I'll just share the runes again. Choose a rune. It's good, but it's the ending of something, and there will be some conflict. This looks like it's good for one of you, bad for the other one, and you've got to get over that battle. Somebody has to lose a battle, and it's not in the fighting where the conflict is, it's in the resolution afterwards. So moving back to the mountains is good. It's a time of abundance, but it is the time of endings for somebody else. And whoever that person is has to be heard. Can't just sweep this under the mat. They have to speak it up. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Wishing you guys the best on that decision too. All right, we have another question from Amanda.
Yep.
She would like to start a monthly circle gathering at her place of business, but don't know what I should include in them. And her numbers are 8, 12, and 22.
8, 12, 22.
Yeah.
This will probably be the ancestors again. It should be a place where women can gather to be in stillness and in transition to make new friends and new partnerships. This is like holding a sacred space for the divine feminine. What you're supposed to do is just be the space holder where they can sit, maybe sit around, hold a drum circle, and then have a speaking stick and pass it between one another and allow them to speak, to make friends and tell their stories. But you're just to hold space. It's a place of limbo from those transitioning from caterpillar to butterfly, but they need to find a cocoon of sanctuary where they can be who they need to be. All right, bless you, sister. Still there, Kels?
I am just kind of trying to catch up.
I'm glad you're there because I would never be able to keep up.
Well, it's interesting. As we said at the very beginning, we haven't done this in a while, but it's interesting that some messages aren't visible. So I'll have to figure out what that's about. But regardless, grateful for the community for keeping everything in check. That's super helpful. So if I'm missing anything else, please chime in. But all very, very powerful readings in terms of either ancestral support or the clarity is always my most coveted part about the runic tools and the runic language is it says what it says. There's not like with other forms of divination, you can kind of delineate your own message, but the runes are pretty direct. We're very direct, actually.
Yeah, and you can't say what they don't mean when it's there. You've got to say it, and that's why I love the runes. That there's no ego involved in it. It just says, you go, oh, okay, I've got to face that when you don't want to face it. But that's how the way we're asking for guidance from the gods. We're asking for guidance from the ancestors. And when they give it, we should take it and listen to their word. We've tuned in, we've gathered in a space, we've done the prayers to connect with them. When they give us the answers, we should honor them by doing what they tell us.
Absolutely. And that's why we never treat the runes. I'm always very mindful of what I do make inquiries of the runes for, because I don't want it to be just a casual question. It's a serious question, to be asked. And we have a question from Mai, who may be new to what runes are, but she's asking what the numbers are. Can you explain what the runes are and the 3/8?
So the 3/8 have got nothing to do with me picking the runes.
Well, no, they don't. But what?
Can we see that how they're on the table?
Yes.
Right. So that's random. So I can just put it around, and they'll randomly, and they're random for each person. That I put them in 4 rows of 6. And when you pick the numbers, I know exactly what position is. That rune could be a different rune every single time in a different position. The 3/8 are the 3 families, and it's spelled EATES. That's Freya's 8, Heimdall's 8, and Tyr's 8. The 3 families of 8 runes that live together in the other food arc. But I know a lot of people can get confused with this, thinking that I'm picking the same number 22 every time or the same 9. No, they're random. I just put that in a way. It's a way of getting random runes while you're picking them. So if you're in person with me, those runes wouldn't be in lines on the table. They would just be face down and scattered, and we'd put our hands on top, and then you'd just pick the 3 runes and cast them, and I would interpret them for you. The numbers give me a way of you picking 3 random runes and me casting them and allowing us to connect to the gods.
Yeah, it's the energy. Yeah, great question. Thank you for asking that, because we have to remember so many of the individuals that chime in have either been with us on this journey for a very, very long time. I was one of Jeremy's first students here in Oregon, which is where I reside. So yeah, it's really important. Thank you so much. So Mai does actually have a question based on that. She would like to know is what should she do to heal her physical pain? And her numbers are 17, 22, and 23.
Who's this, Maida?
No, it's mine. Someone that I'm not familiar with, so welcome. Or maybe it's May. It's M-A-I.
M-A-I, May. Okay. So I'll go back to my other screen and write this down for you. So first of all, it looks like this physical pain is some sort of a ancestral thing. It is at a crossroads. It is a price to pay for something, a commitment, but there is, how do you heal your physical pain? Except there's a price to pay. It's interesting. When I first found my shamanic path, I had a prolapse disc in my neck. And I was on Oxycontin and I was taking it every day and I was just drugged out and I'm no good as a patient. I can't lay down. I still went to work. And a Native American said to me, "You're in pain." I said, "Yeah, I take pains every day." He said, "Stop taking them. The pain is part of you. The pain is part of your journey. Accept that the pain will lead you to where you need to go." So I stopped taking the Oxycontin and I come off that and I had withdrawal from taking opioids and my shamanic path opened up. And then instead of fighting with the pain, it was like my companion and I knew it was there. It's easy for me to say because I made it through. But this is about your pain. There is a price to pay for you to deal with your pain. And once you accept it, that pain becomes less. It would be interesting to know if this is an ancestral thing or in the family line, because you have Othello there as well.
So May, if you want to maybe elaborate a little bit, we can continue the conversation on that too. I mean, it's really great, Jeremy, that everybody's engaged in the chat. You know, it's very cool. So thanks, Thomas, for the comment too. Thomas' comment is that pain is an indicator towards truth of healing.
Yeah. So are we just on YouTube and Facebook, or are we on Instagram as well?
I cannot stream to Instagram through this platform. We're using StreamYard if anybody is curious. But currently we're on the Northern Gateways. We're on the Northern Gateways Facebook, your Facebook, and your YouTube.
Okay, cool. Trying to find Maya's question. There.
Do you see it up there? Here, I can show it again on screen if you'd like.
Okay.
Let's see if she comes back with anything. Okay.
Okay, there she is. Oh, wow. It's a hard chest pain that suddenly appeared in 22 after corona. Have been checked by the doctors and still do. They find nothing. Okay. Yeah, when Othello reverse comes up, it's something to do with family inheritance or a tribal dispute. It's a strange rune. It's the rune of Odin, one of my favorite runes, but it is normally to do with a family problem of some kind. How do you deal with it? So I would get you to use the Ansu's rune and try and communicate with it. What is this pain? Why am I dealing with this? There's been a lot of transitions for people during the coronavirus. We all changed. The world isn't the same, and we're still dealing with the downfall of that. You know, especially my own grandson, he's only 8 years old, turning 9. He's got a phobia of going outside now. He spent so long at those years when he was inside, and there's lots of kids doing it. So we all have these things coming up for coronavirus that we'll be paying for a long time.
Yeah, it just set the stage for a constant evolution, a very quickly changing world from that point forward. So.
Yeah, so guys, if you know anyone who wants to learn the runes, it starts on September the 21st. It's online. The classes are recorded. And it's 6 weeks, one class every week. In the first class, you'll learn runes.
I've posted the link in the room. And there's also, if you're interested, if you choose to participate, you can also order your custom rune set alongside. And we also have casting mats that Jeremy and I have developed over the years as far as Northern shamanic studies and things of that nature. So All that information is online. Feel free to reach out, and there are payment plans available, so it doesn't have to be done all in at one shot.
And also, there's a discount code we're going to put in this group, isn't there?
There's a discount code for readings.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think I just named it August. Yes, it's August. It's 30% off of, yep, just the Rune, just the code August. I'll put it in the thread right now.
Is it all capitals or lowercase, Kels?
It's uppercase. I'll put that in here.
So that
right
gets
now.
you 30% off during any reading during the month of August. This is traditionally my slowest time of the year. It is for a lot of people, family away with kids, and even Glastonbury itself. When I used to work in Glastonbury, the clients that come in August are different clients. They are families because the kids are on holiday. So everything changes. It's a time when we sort of just sit on the land and heal. So if anyone wants to have a reading during this time, we're doing a 30% discount off. Oh, thanks, Kels.
Yep, you bet. You bet. And I'll tell you, it's wonderful having your own set of runes. I think most everybody in here who's been studying with Jeremy for a long time have their own set. This is one that Jeremy, I don't know if you can see it with my little, gifted me long ago. Jeremy and I have been working together for a long time. I picked a good rune too, Swallow. Yeah, just beautiful, really nice custom ceramic rune that Jeremy does by hand. So yeah,
I have to do this more regular. I like doing this. It gets me back in with a crowd and people can ask questions and have a bit of banter. This is good. I like this.
Yeah, I think it's good for both of us. We've kind of just been doing our own, Jeremy and I always talk all the time, but it's nice to be back in front of everybody. So, and thanks for everybody's comments in the threads about the runic studies, and that it gives deeper. Rob's comment was that it gives a deeper dimension to the runes as he's going through all this. This is good. And I think it's a refresher too for all of us. It's nice to have you read along with your students too. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna write for May. She said it was called. So it's spelt this way. And Suze. If you think of the word answer, that's where it comes from. This is the rune and Suze. It's allowing communication, to trust your intuition, to hear the voice of the gods and the ancestors around you guiding you on your path, and to give you voice as well. Sometimes if we get a sore throat, there's something I was saying. Sometimes we get a pain in the chest. There's something that has to be gotten off our chest, and it's feeling like a heavy weight. So is there anything you need to say to get out? Well, and when you work with this rune, you will start saying what you think. So it's like, but that could be the price to pay. Somebody may have to hear some harsh words, but it needs to be said.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure reading for you. Thanks for tuning in. We will do this again, probably in about 2 weeks, I think, Kels. You think so?
Yep, absolutely. We'll do that. In the meantime, do you want to close the circle, Jeremy, at all?
I'm going to close the circle with a prayer. So everyone tuning in, close your eyes and listen to the sound of my voice. Innovol, 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 fava. Innovol, 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 fava. Innovol, 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 fava. I call to the handmaidens of Avalon and the land whites that are present wherever the members of this gathering are. I ask them to be with us on the journeys ahead, to watch over us, to guide us, to protect us. May we be worthy of their blessing. I hope they're pleased with the work and the authenticity I did this time. And I thank Kelly for supporting me in my work and everybody who turned up to share their voice, to share their questions to make this possible. Until we gather again. Gibarathu. All right, bless you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.